Welcome everybody to Carvis Twig's Bird of the Day. It is the day before Thanksgiving, and there is only one bird that we could truly talk about on the day before Thanksgiving, and that, wait, okay, I'm looking at the archives, and it seems that we have already done the North American wild turkey. Looks like we've already done that, so we can't do it again. But we gotta do a turkey, right? Oh, wait, let me look. Oh, yeah. Looks like Mexico and Belize have a turkey, and it looks like it is called the Oscellated turkey. And holy crap, look at that turkey. That's the most beautiful turkeys I've ever seen in my life. Holy crap. Look at the colors on those fellers. Look, it's beautiful. They are not oscillating turkeys. They do not slowly move left and right. We're not... No, they don't do that. They don't do that. They don't slowly oscillate. They are oscillated. I don't know what oscillated means. I think it means that they're regular turkeys, but with way more vibrant, beautiful colors because, yeah, look at these things. So it's interesting how you say that it's giving peacock because, well, here's the thing is that, you know, they are in the same order of birds. I mean, as peafowl are. So they actually share a lot of genetic similarities to the peafowl. Now, their closest living relatives are the North American wild turkey, but they are closely related to peafowl, and so the tail feathers that you see on the males of these are, yeah, going to be very similar to the peacocks that you see out there. And, yeah, it's a big thing is, you know, they got to have those big, amazing feathers to make the ladies go, ooh. Now, here's the thing. You look at the info about the size of these feathers, and you're like, wow, that's a really, really broad range. Because it's like 28 to 48 inches long. Well, it's a pretty big difference. Well, here's the thing. With all of these, you're going to have pretty wide ranges because the males can be twice as large as the females. The males are way bigger than the females. It's just like, there's a lot of sexual dimorphism between these birds. So, you know, when I say 28 to 48 inches, really the males are going to be like 34 to 48 inches, where the females are going to be like 28 to 38 inches. So, you know, they definitely have different ranges. 63 to 67 inch wingspan. Not super big wings, but they got them. And then again, like, you know, the males are going to be between 10 to 13 pounds, where the females are going to be between 6 to 10 pounds. So, yeah, that's why you have such huge ranges. Now, here's the interesting thing. They don't actually know the lifespan of these ones, which seems weird. Like, how can you not know the lifespan of a turkey? But they estimate that it's about 3 to 5 years because, well, that's the lifespan of wild turkeys in North America. Do they get eaten too? We're going to get to that. So yeah, as I said, they're in the order Galliforms, which is land fallow, and the family Phasinidae, which actually includes turkeys, pheasants, and peafowl. Yeah, it's a big family, Now, where are you going to find these? The Yucatan. Of course, a bird this pretty and this vibrant is only going to be in the Yucatan. They're hanging out in Cancun, having a good time. Yucatan Peninsula. That's pretty much where you're going to find them. So mostly in Mexico, but as you can see, a little bit there in Belize and Guatemala. So that's where you're going to find them. Not a huge range. Not a huge range at all. But yeah, living where the dinosaurs got nuked. Yeah, pretty much. Look at the babies. Such cute little babies. They got cute babies. So most of their breeding is going to begin in February and March, and that's when the males are going to start doing their dance. So much like a peacock does, they will splay out their tail feathers. They're going to puff up, and the iridescent colors of these are very important. There's so many wonderful colors on the oscillated turkey that you're going to see, and the brighter the colors and the better patterns and, you know, like those ends of the tails, the better those look, the more the females are going to be like, yep, I'm going to breed with you. And here's the thing is that, you know, you're going to have a big group of females, and then a few males are going to come in and try and get it on. But you might have, like, you know, one to maybe 3 of those male turkeys is actually going to be good enough for the ladies too. So like basically you got the best toms. The toms is obviously a term for a male turkey, and they're going to strut their stuff, and the ladies are going to be like, "Yep, we want you." But most males are not going to get the opportunity to mate, especially if they're only like 1 year old. That's where kind of they watch the older males to learn how to dance, learn how to do it. And that first year, they're going to try and do their mating display, but the ladies are going to be like, "Who the hell is this kid? Get out of here, amateur. We're gonna go sleep with this old man." And yeah, the turkeys that are the strongest, biggest, dominant, and have the best feathers are going to be the ones to mate, and the rest are going to be SOL. And some turkeys may go their whole life without ever mating, and that's sad, but that's just the way that it is. But then once she has been fertilized, as you were, she's going to build a little nest on the ground, and it's just a simple little nest made out of twigs and mud and stuff like that. But they are very picky about where they do it. They search out for very secluded and hidden places. Like if there's like a series of shrubs or something and you can like get in the middle of them and make a little nest there, they're going to do that. Their number one goal is to make their nest secluded and hidden. And they're very good at hiding their nests so the predators can't find them. Good job. And then they're going to have 8 to 15 eggs per clutch. That's a lot of eggies. That's so many eggies. Can you imagine those all hatch? 15 babies? 15 babies coming all around? But yeah, that's what they do. They gotta have lots of babies. And then when the babies hatch, they are what they call precocial, meaning that when they hatch, they can walk, they can move around, and they can get food on their own. So, well, as you may see, little birds like passerines are going to have the parents have to go and grab food and then feed it to the babies. Nope. First day, they're like, "All right, you're born. Get your own damn food, kid." And so, yeah, the babies start hunting and pecking and foraging on literally the day they are born. That is, they come out. Yeah, self-sufficient toddlers must be very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. But so basically, once the babies are born, the mothers of the flock, they kind of don't pay too much attention to which kids are theirs and which kids are not. The mothers are going to do pretty much all the child raising, but they kind of do it communally where it's just like, hey, we got this big group of babies, and the moms are just going to kind of keep an eye on them, and they're going to do what they can to protect every baby in the flock. And because if one mama is protecting all the babies in the flock and the other mom is there too, well, that just makes their own babies more likely to survive. Teamwork, folks. Teamwork. Takes a village. Yes, I agree. Exactly. Takes a village of, well, the women doing all the work. Now, the males do typically stick around, but they're just kind of there to be like, hey, I'm in charge here. I'm going to stick by you. I'm going to make sure other male turkeys know that you are my ladies, and also, warn of predators. Even though the men do a bit of work, but come on, let's be honest here. The women are the real heroes of turkey reproduction. Step it up, Toms. Step it up. All right, but hey, they do the dance. You want to see that dance? Yeah, you want to see that dance. If I can hit play. Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at those feathers. Look at the beautiful iridescence and just the shimmering, Yeah, you're making noise. Yeah, you notice not a whole lot of colors from the back because they're always going to want to be facing and fluffing up and making loud noises. Yeah, so that's what they do. That's what they do. So, yeah. Now, these guys are technically omnivorous, but the vast majority of their diet is seeds, nuts, grains, little bitty things that they can find on the ground. But hey, they find some bugs on the ground, they're going to eat those bugs. They're going to eat some tasty bugs. Gets good protein, good healthiness for them. Gotta do it. But yeah, they'll eat whatever they can find, whatever they can eat, whether it's low bushes or on the ground. They're going to just nom, 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 nom. That's what they do. They actually have a very tough muscle and gizzards in their throat, so that when they get seeds and stuff, they're able to grind those up into a more digestible stuff inside their throat, which is pretty neat. Very, very neat. Now, you may say, like, turkeys can't fly. Well, wild turkeys can fly. Farm-raised turkeys can't fly. But these guys, they can fly. Are they good flyers? Heck no. There's not many galliforms that are good flyers, but they will fly short distances, like up to like about a quarter of a mile. But mostly they use it at night because they sleep up in trees. So they'll find a nice, good, tall, safe tree. They'll fly on up there and get themselves nice and settled, and then you're good. Hey, it's Bon. Hi, Bon. Welcome, Bon. Anyway, so you may have heard the phrase the pecking order. Well, that's something that is true for pretty much all wild turkeys, and that you got the wild flock of turkeys, and there's a hierarchy, and they establish this hierarchy by literally pecking each other, and those at the top get to peck anyone below them. So it's an interesting thing where you don't just have one Tom who's like, I'm the peck king, and I get to peck all the turkeys below me, and no one else may peck. No, it'd be like, Becky's my main lady. I get to peck Becky, but then Becky gets to peck all the other turkeys lower than Becky, and then maybe Becky, it's just like, so there is like a tier, and they actually have studied that the birds that are lower in the tier can still peck birds that are even lower than them, but they would never peck somebody higher. But occasionally, you get some competitions where you get some fights. You get some fights, and whichever one proves to be stronger and better is going to win that fight. And that happens between the females, not just the males. It's a whole thing. And, some females will dominate younger males and stuff. It's interesting. Now, when you're out in the wild, these guys don't tend to hang around cities. So when I said they're hanging out in Cancun, they're not hanging out in Cancun. They're hanging out in the forests that are a half-hour drive from Cancun or more. And usually when people are out in the wild, they will hear a oscellated turkey well before they see them, because they're vocal little guys. They do the gobble gobble gobble. You heard in the video. They make loud noises. But here's the sad thing about these fellas. They are near threatened. So that is the step below least concern. So it goes least concern, near threatened, threatened, endangered, near extinct, and extinct. And their populations have been severely declining because, well, you were asking earlier, yes, they are delicious. And unfortunately, hunting has been a big threat to them. But also I said they don't live well in suburban and urban areas. They like the wild forests of the Yucatan. Well, guess what? There's not as much of anymore. So unfortunately, these guys are starting to lower in numbers. They actually had been threatened at some point, but they've been upgraded because, well, the Mexican government has really made an effort to conserve these guys and really, really limit hunting of them. Because, well, I mean, come on, they are a beautiful bird. They're amazing. And the thing is that these birds have been depicted throughout history. There are many pictures in Mayan culture of the oscellated turkey. They were revered and respected and, were a sign of good fortune. Yeah, the oscellated turkey, revered by the Mayans, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, I wasn't able to find any real, legends or stories about them. But, it's one of those animals that, hey, this is an animal that's part of our culture that we love and respect and we hope sticks around. So, okay, good on them. Good on them. So, my thoughts, what can I say? They are... They're the most beautiful turkeys in the world. I mean, geez, the turkeys that are around here just look like drab and boring compared to these fellas. Look at these ladies. Look, these are the ladies. And look at the beautiful coloring on them. They are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Some of the prettiest... I'd say a bird of this size, they might be the pretty... I mean, okay, yeah, their heads are kind of a little weird and wrinkly, and they have those growths on them, which actually help regulate heat. They have a use. They also, the brighter they are, look, they think it's sexy, so who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? I'm no judge. But yeah, I like the oscellated turkey. They're pretty neat. Good family dynamic. I do love good family dynamics. And yeah, I hope that the conservation efforts stay strong and that our good friends, the ocellated turkey, around for many, many years. So yeah, love the ocellated turkey and love them with cranberry sauce. Yep. And yeah, I'm going to call this bird of the day done.